Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an episode of Career Mode. Now, we have got some huge things going on this episode. If you guys watched the last episode, right at the end, we ended up losing Kurt Zuma. West Brom, I just actually remembered, and there was someone in the comments that reminded me, was that West Brom actually got a financial takeover. A big company from over in the Middle East supposedly took over West Brom, and so they chucked in a 12 million bid for Mike Zuma, and I made a huge counter offer of 19 million. I was like, there's no way these guys are going to do it. But lo and behold, a little later on, they did. They accepted the 19 million bid for Kurt Zuma, and I knew with 19 million, I could easily go and get a centre-back with a really good centre-back. So immediately I went and looked at the likes of Sergio Ramos. Imagine having Sergio Ramos at the club. As you guys can see there, Kurt Zuma was sold. And I was just taking a look at a whole bunch of centre-backs. There were tons there that were just really, really good, and there was no way I was going to leave this particular transfer window, just completely missing out on a whole bunch, missing out on such huge depth in such an important position like centre-back. So, I mean, at the moment, I have Nastasic, Anton Ferdinand, and there's also the free agent I signed, I think it was a season ago, Henrique Falque or something like that. But I was actually looking at Subotic there. Subotic looks really good, and for his price, 9 million, I thought that would have been a really, really good buy. But I just kept looking around, trying to find the best, because as you guys can see, I had 30 million to spend. But the one that caught my eye the most was the 85 rated Lovren, who we'd actually previously looked at, and we actually ended up going to buy, buy Zuma over Lovren because of the price difference. But now, Zuma was bought for 19 million, and I just wanted to take a look and see how much, Lovren was going for now. And he's 85 rated overall. He's aged 25 as well, so, there was room to work with. But I ended up deciding to put in another bid for Götze just to see what would happen. 16.5 million plus Hoylett. So it'd be really interesting to see if something like that would go through. It would be amazing if something like that would go through, because it would really kind of liven up the squad, make it a little bit more interesting. But my main focus at the moment was to go and try and get myself a better centre-back, because I lost Zuma, and Zuma, don't get me wrong, was a fantastic centre-back, very good, did well for the club, but I do feel as though for 19 million, which I got for Zuma, I could easily get a better centre-back than Kurt Zuma for that sort of money. So with that being said though, I had a game up against Spurs, and Adebayor gets the first goal to open up the scoring, but it seems to be a bit of a regular thing now. We seem to go down by 1 goal and then seem to bring it back somehow. But a great ball back into Merkel, and he finishes that nicely to make it 1-1. And it was actually a really good job to make sure that stayed in play, because otherwise, you seem to get goals out of nothing for some weird reason, and that was just the case of it. But a good ball through to El Shaarawy, and El Shaarawy's pace has really been so much better than what it was previous seasons. But what an absolutely beautiful goal that was. A wonderful ball from El Shaarawy, and a great finish from Muriel. That was really nice. A nice chip. No salt, but there was a chip, and it was a really good one from Muriel. But again, our passing play is just really nice, and both of my strikers, Shaarawy and Muriel, can just take shots from pretty much anywhere and at least hit on target. But Muriel's pace here just completely, literally fools the defender, and he ends up falling on his arse, and Muriel putting it into the back of the net. So nothing different there. Muriel doing what he does, and El Shaarawy there, 8.7 rating. Merkel with an 8.1. All round, really good ratings for the squad. Pogba probably the one with the lowest rating, but he still played well, and Pogba's actually a very important player to the squad. He's really good when it comes to holding down that midfield. He's got some fantastic interceptions, but unfortunately Dortmund came back and told me my offer was unacceptable. And I was kind of disappointed with that, because they wanted 21.5 million and Hoylett for that, and I was just like, really guys, are you really gonna make me pay that sort of money? And I was disappointed to say the least, but I kind of expected it. Götze, he's only 22 and he's already an 85 rated player, so he's definitely going to become something special if we were to get him. And some of the price tags I put on players were a little bit excessive, but Leon did come back and say I needed to pay a little bit more than what I had offered the first time. So, Dejan Lovren, they're definitely a player I'm interested in, and I feel as though if I can pick him up, he will be a huge buy for the club. He's really tall, so him and Nastasic, two really big defenders, but they're not big and slow. They're actually really big and, got decent pace on them. which is, as you guys know, something I very much value in my center backs. But I decided, why don't I kind of go for the 6 million, or 5 million, and add in Henrique Feltri and just see what would happen, what would come back, see if we could get anything from it, because it seems, I should really take advantage of this new feature, the new fact that I can, put players into these trades and see what would happen. And if I can get Lovren for 5 million, and obviously 5 million, and one of the center backs that I picked up on a free, remember guys, he was a free agent, that would just be tremendous. Like, I'd be really, really happy with that. But Götze, the bid was accepted. Now it's down to the wages. He is one guy who wants a lot of money, so he was going to take up a huge amount of my wage budget. But Kurt Zuma also took up quite a bit of the wage, so for that reason, I had quite a lot of wages to work with. And there was an offer that came in for Clint Hill there for 80,000, and I just went ahead and accepted the offer. Easier. It's just getting rid of the dead wood, unfortunately. But again, the Dejan Lovren bid was unacceptable, and that really kind of threw me off. I was a little bit disappointed, because I do need to pick up center back before this transfer window ends, and January transfer window is quite short, so I got to do things quickly, and there's certainly not a lot of time involved in it. But as you guys can see, his salary per week in Lyon is 80,000 a week, so I was again gonna have to spend big money on this player when it comes to wages. But fortunately, I do have 151 waiting in the bank there as far as wages go, so I decided to send them a 7 million offer this time, and again with that free agent as a center back. And as you guys can see, Sunderland said Subotic could leave, so that means I might be able to pick him up on a small deal. But I'd already sent off my bid to Lovren to Lyon, so that was kind of already in its way, already moving along. So I was gonna have to wait and see, but transfer deadline day was coming up, and in all honesty, I wanted things to be done as soon as possible. But there it is, we sign Götze. Wow, I am actually really happy with that. 18.5 million, including Junior Hoylett, and we managed to earn 100,000 a week. Welcome to the club, and I'm really, really excited for you guys to see how he does in the team. I personally think he'll do really well. He plays into the squad a lot better than someone like Hoylett did. Don't get me wrong, Hoylett was a good player, and he injected a lot of pace into the midfield. But I do feel as though someone like Götze is just going to be miles better. And I think that transfer is definitely the biggest one I've done so far. So I'm really happy with that, and I really hope he can come in and just do the job. But an 8.5 million bid plus on was someone who's very unhappy at the club. His happiness was really low, and so sending him away in that sort of transfer offer wasn't something I was hesitating to do. It was quite an easy decision for me to chuck him into that bundle there to see if we could pick up Lovren, because I know if I had Lovren and Nastasic as the two center backs, it would just be a godly combination. But guys, that's it from me, and I hope you did all enjoy this video. I'm going to be live streaming later on tonight at around 9 p.m. if you're interested, so I'll leave the link to my live stream down below. I'm going to be opening a ton of packs. The new team of the week is just awesome, so I'm going to try and pick up a few informed players. I've got rate loads of FIFA points, so if you want to come along at 9 p.m. GMT time to the link down below, I'll see you guys all there. Thank you. Bye-bye.